Guys, back with another video. So we got the patch note. Sorry about the late video. So with this patch note, we're getting a new World Boss Legend, which is World Boss Legend Plus. That's Black Swan. We're getting 3 new uniforms, 2 seasonal. As you can see, Angel is getting his tier 4. All right, so let's get into this real quick. As you can see, we're getting Black Swan, which is going to be a speed supervillain alien female, which is pretty dope. All right, so her leadership is remove all debuffs. She has a tier 2 passive, which gives her additional pierce damage, 40% damage reduction, and when HP is below 40%, she ignores basic damage for 7 seconds and increases her basic damage by 10 seconds up to 60%. Well, up to 60%, yeah, and damage reduction up to 60%. So, which is pretty nice. Her 4-star passive gives her 50% penetration, super armor all defense, skill damage, bonus damage. Her 2 skill has an I-frame ignore, which is pretty dope. Damage immunity, and she does have another I-frame ignore on that also for herself. So she could definitely use that when she's into another skill. So that's gonna be pretty handy. The 3rd skill has accumulation 1.3, which is very high. 25% heal. 4th skill has a barrier up to 15 times, invincible. And then the 5th has a frenzy buff. So looking pretty nice, especially for like Otherworld battle. We'll have to wait and see what she looks like in PvP, but Otherworld battle, she may be something to, kind of tangle with. All right, so we're getting 3 new uniforms. So we're getting a 40% discount, but the Thanos uniform is the only one because the other 2 are seasonal, so they will not be on sale. All right, so Satana's getting one, the Ascendant one, and then we're getting Angel Fallen one. So those are the seasonals. So Satana's will cost money, and Angels will be the full amount. Now Thanos, with Thanos Wins uniform, is 1,500, or if you want to wait for the anniversary, which is like another month, you can get it off for 50%. All right, so Thanos' uniform looks pretty dope. He's getting another additional pierce, so that's pretty cool. 55% damage reduction, which is very, very high. When HP is below 30%, he gets a recovery of 70% of HP, so that's really good. The tier 3 gets a little bit above. He has ignore dodge, 90% penetration, remove all debuffs, and 100% damage proc. His leadership gets a little above. To supervillains, increases all basic attack by 50% and all defense by 40%. And he has debuff removal. All right, his tier 2 passive stays the same. Skill damage, bonus damage, and increases damage with removal debuffs and the instinct. So which is pretty good. His 4-star passive gives him super armor on defense. Increased basic damage to superheroes by 30%, and he has a 20% heal also on his 4-star passive. He has ignore I-frame on the 1st skill with a 25% heal, with 100% penetration and remove all debuffs. 2nd skill, just a regular damage skill. 3rd skill has a frenzy buff and damage immunity. The 4th has another frenzy buff, and the 5th has invincible, immunity to debuffs, and that's about it because the rest is still the same on his other uniform. All right, Angel's Fallen one, like I said, will be $17.50, so that'll be on sale for the next 2 weeks. So Satana and Angel's April Fool's uniform will be on sale for 2 weeks with the Thanos Wise Harvester. So all right, so with Angel, he's probably going to be like Wasp and Strife. So to all allies, he removes all debuffs, which is pretty good. His leadership is increased, 50% increase in recovery rate and 30% dodge rate. His tier 2 passive gives him crit rate and then guaranteed dodge and skill damage bonus damage. The 4-star passive gives him ignore dodge and super armor all defense. The second skill has fracture, burn, and paralysis. Okay. The third has a 100% chance damage immunity and 1% accumulation. Then the fourth has a 25% heal, invincible, and a damage proc. The fifth has a 35% heal also with the frenzy buff. So he is getting a lot of healing, and we'll talk about his tier 4 in a minute. So Satana with the Ascended one will be for tokens. So if you have, you'll get 10 tokens at the end of the check-in, but if you get at least $20, you can buy the other 20 so you can get the uniform. But she is going to be a support. Her uniform does, for all allies, increases damage to all elements by 35%. Her leadership is all allies, increase fire damage by 70%. Her tier 2 passive gives her chain hit damage, ignore dodge by 25, and skill damage bonus damage. And she gives herself chain hit damage, ignore dodge, rate by 25%, skill damage bonus damage, 30% increase of energy attached to herself. Second skill has burn, paralysis. Third has a barrier up to 10 times, increase all basic attack. Fourth has a 25% heal, frenzy buff, and damage immunity. The fifth skill has a V-pad, which is pretty cool. Invincible and a 50% damage proc. So, but you'll definitely be using her for a support character. Alright, so they did change the Thanos Wise Harvester uniform. So it's basically just going to be for PvE only. And it's his April Fool's uniform. So that's going to be the whole 2,500. But as you can see, his frenzy buff was increase all attack and defense by 25. So they bumped it up to 45 on his third skill. The fourth skill has the hit count has been increased compared to the previous skill. So so he'll probably just do a little bit more damage with his hoe. So it does have the iframe and North skill on it. And the fifth, same thing, the hit count has been increased. So just have to wait and see how the damage is. But they are changing this for just PvP or PvE only. Where the other one, the Thanos Wins uniform, is strictly for PvP. Alright, so Angel's tier 4. He increases all attack by 80%. Decrease damage received from Reflect. So he can decrease Reflect attacks up to 3 seconds. And he does have another 10% heal for 7 seconds, which is really good. Black Swan with her tier 3. Just a regular invincible, 100% damage proc. And increases all basic attack. So the skill looks pretty basic, but it looks pretty cool though. She gets off her little throne and she shoots her eye beams. So, alright, so Satana and Hellstorm are getting their potential transcendence. So the brothers and sisters are getting new skills. Alright, so they look pretty different. So Hellstorm's not getting a uniform, but at least you will be able to use them in story mode. Alright, so improvements to World Boss. Alright, so if you want to unlock Black Swan, you have to clear stage 8-3 on 3 or more tier 4s and clear all World Boss challenges. Or you can just pay the crystals where you have to beat, but her requirements are Gore 5 times, Jean, and Kang. So a total of 3 days to unlock this girl. So that's the requirements for Black Swan. Alright, so same results with the tier 3 and CTP chest. And was it Odin's Blessings, all the same stuff. Alright, so but with this World Boss Legend, she does drop mighty CTPs, the energy, regen, destruction, judgment, authority, greed, refinement, and the insight. So that's really good. Just the Rage, Veteran, and the Conquest are not in this one. That's all right. And they did have some world boss improvements with the Titan record system. So you will have a little pity. So you can see the gauge will reset if you obtain a Titan record during the charging. But if you don't, and it goes up to 100%, you'll get a Titan record selector. So if you don't get any books in the first 2 days, you'll get a selector. All right, and if you do get a book, it'll reset. All right, so now they changed the little tabs where instead of saying all, ultimate, or legend, it's now going to be just legend and ultimate. All right, and so as you can see with the reset of the World Boss of the Day, yeah, you'll either pick either the legends or the ultimates, which is pretty dope. Let's see here. World Boss difficulty first clears have been reset. Will reset. So you'll get the boss booties again with the premium rewards in it. And to unlock Null, you'll have to clear story mode 8-3 on 3 or more tier 3 or transcendent characters and defeat Thanos up to 5 times in ultimate. And then to unlock Mephisto, Infinity Ultron, and Gore, the same thing, story mode 8-3 on 3 or more tier 3s or transcendents, and you have to unlock Null. All right, so that's pretty easy. And they changed the blade twisters on some of the, well, on all of them, the patterns, and Gore and Infinity Ultron, they adjusted in certain patterns and lowering stats, so they kind of made it a little bit easier, which World Boss Legend is supposed to be hard, but it is what it is. Kang, improvements in certain patterns, and Jean Grey for the adjusted patterns for phase 3. So they're going to probably shorten down their phases. Let's see here. New artifacts for Black Swan, Satana, and Hailstorm. Black Swans will increase basic damage dealt to superheroes and supervillains like Jean Grey, Silver Surfer, so on and so forth. Gore. Satana's is a support for universals, so it increases all basic attack and increases basic damage dealt to boss types. So, like I said, she's going to be just a support character. Hailstorm is just to increase his fire damage by 30% of fire resist and increase basic damage dealt to supervillains. And now they are going to rework Thanos' artifact, which is very good because his artifact now just increases his instinct crit rate and crit damage and ignore dodge, which is trash. But after the update, it's going to give him the same thing, increase basic damage dealt to superheroes and supervillains, and give him an increase of HP by 15%. So he will get a heal on that also. So that's really good. The new Future Pass, the icons look dope. You have Satana, Old Man Thanos, Black Swan, and Captain America. So hopefully he doesn't get another uniform either. Other improvements where you can upgrade an inventory. You can batch enhance your ISO, which I don't see why, but it is what it is. Excuse me. The daily task button will appear on the main lobby, where all you have to do is just go to your little tab on your top right side, and then the challenges are right there. So kind of clutter. The new thing that I do like for the quality of life of the game will be able to batch the story mode fragments. So instead of just steadily repeating to hit the craft button on the chest, you can go up to, say, 100 chests and just go ahead and craft them, which is very, 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 very good. You can clear up to 40 dimension missions manually, which I don't see why. Let's see here. You can enhance your artifacts as many times as you need. If you have like a bunch of essence and you don't want to gamble. All right, and then we have a whole bunch of other stuff that you can read. Game error fixes, so on and so forth. But I have a couple quality of lives, which is the story mode fragment, which is a big one. That's really good. The World Boss Legend rewards. We just have to wait and see how that looks in Black Swans. Just make sure you do not do your World Boss of the day. That way you'll have the runs to try to at least get Black Swan, or just try to get Angel's Potential, whatever the case may be. So y'all let me know what y'all guys think of the patch notes. Hit me in the comment box down below. Smash that like button. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.